Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Soundhouse project. So in my Soundhouse there are 4 different levels and I decided to use the metaphor of a house to represent my story. So beginning at the bottom here we have a German flag. My last name is spelled Nau and it's pronounced now. Um, this is representative of my dad's side of the family. And when talking to him and other relatives, we are not really sure exactly if we are German and where we're from, but German seems to be our best bet as far as where we're from. And my dad's side of the family is Protestant, non practicing Protestant. They usually went to church. My dad's family, when my dad was growing up, on Christmas and Easter, but did not go regularly and did not practice regularly. Moving on to the third icon, this flag right here is the Bosnian flag, and that represents where my mom is from. My mom is from Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia, and she is Muslim, and she fled um, Bosnia in 1994 and went to the United States because a war broke out. So she ended up moving to Washington, D.C. And my dad, who was raised in upstate New York, and he ended up moving to Washington, D.C. as well. So the two of them met at this hotel. Um, it was the Crystal City Hotel in Washington, D.C. And they both worked there, and it was actually the hotel where President Reagan was shot at. Um, Extremely famous hotel, um, but that's where they fell in love, and that's where that um, level ends. Um, so, based on this, I consider myself to be a white female, and my nationality is American. And my family and I come from our middle class family. So, um, and my mom is an educator. She has her own childcare, which is in the downstairs of our house, and she is nationally accredited in that. And my father is the general manager at the Found Hotel in Washington, D.C. So, moving up, or at least summarizing this bottom part, I consider myself to be half Christian and half Muslim. My parents have been super supportive in my decisions, and growing up, I always had the choice of which religion I wanted to be, but for now, I don't really have a specific one that I've chosen because I've been lucky to grow up celebrating the customs of both traditions, or both religions. Um, Celebrating Eid, which is a Muslim holiday, to Christmas, which is a Christian holiday. And it was it's really nice being able to grow up in a household where I was taught both of those religions and cultures from those religions. So moving up to the second level of my house, we have a pair of ballet shoes and tap shoes. This represents dance, as it was a big part of my life growing up. Um, my mom put me in dance classes at the age of 3. Um, we moved from Washington, D.C. to Silver Spring on my second birthday, so about a year later is when I started dance classes. Um, and ever since then, I have been very involved in dance. I've been at the same studio my whole life, and starting at around the age of 9 or 10, I was an assistant dance teacher, and then some years later, I was promoted to an actual dance teacher. and a summer camp counselor. So I'm still involved in my dance community studio seasonally when I'm home from college. And dance has taught me to, it has really encouraged me to persevere in challenges that I face, um, not only with dance but in life. It has also been um, a really good thing to have in my background as it's taught me to be strong, and it also was a way to keep me physically and mentally healthy growing up. So, moving on, this is representative of the Warrior Dash, which is a which is representative of 5Ks my dad and I used to do growing up. It was something we used to do these 5Ks 2 to 3 times a year, and we'd start off just kind of doing light training with, running sometimes a couple weeks before the run, and then we would do these sort of fun 5K runs where we would go through mud and different obstacle courses, swinging on ropes, climbing up walls, stuff like that. Just really fun stuff. And even though we had a 45 to 50-minute end time with these 5Ks, it was really nice to be doing it together. And in a combination of doing these 5Ks and dance, all these things really taught me that um, I can really face any challenge in life, and that if I am facing a challenge, I just have to figure out a way to improve myself to overcome those obstacles. So, um, I'm really thankful for those things in my life. Um, and then this is the Washington Capitals logo, which is Washington D.C.'s hockey team. And when I was younger, my dad got me into watching the sport of hockey, and my 17-year-old brother um, also plays hockey. So um, watching the Capitals games gave me some background knowledge of what my brother does in his when he plays hockey on the ice. Um, and just seeing my little brother playing on the ice, it makes me really proud to um, be his sister and see what a strong and young adult he's coming, and to see that he is gaining that same strength and perseverance that I gained in dance and running these 5Ks with my dad in the sport of hockey. So, um, hockey and the Capitals have really been involved in my family growing up, and without that, I can't imagine my life without hockey in it, as it really is something that has bonded my family together. Next is a picture of a cruise ship because my family and I really enjoy going on cruises together. We usually do these for around Christmas time, and it's a nice way that my family and I bond um, and kind of wrap up the year as a nice vacation, um, and are able to spend as much quality time together as we can. And in our house, when you walk through the front door, we even have a chalkboard that counts down the number of days left until our next one. So cruises are definitely something my family and I really enjoy. And then this last picture on my second row is representative of my love and passion for baking, especially I had growing up. I consider myself a very creative person, and being able to bake and cook um, was and still is a way that I can express my creativity. So much so that I really wanted to be a pastry chef um, when I grew up, which was the reason why I wanted to go to Salisbury University, because Salisbury University is known for their business program, the Purdue School of Business. So I began my freshman year starting as a business management major in hopes that after college, once I got my business management degree, I would go to culinary school and then be able to start my own business, have my own bakery. Then, about a little before halfway through freshman year, I realized that the business program was not for me, and I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. So, after talking with friends and family, I realized that teaching was for me, and I wanted to go into the education route. I believe this stems from not only just doing dance and learning about um, or watching my kids grow as dancers and seeing their skills improve, but also seeing my mom as an educator and how, as an educator, she really inspires kids and is constantly just training and improving herself and is able to do these things that are creative and make a difference not only in her life but in other kids' lives. So those are just some of the reasons I believe why I wanted to be a teacher or decided to change my major to that. Also, Best Buddies it was and is a huge aspect of my college career. So, Best Buddies on campus at Salisbury University is also a international organization, which involves working with adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities and working to form lifelong friendships with them. And the whole message of Best Buddies is to spread inclusion. So I've been on the board since my freshman year, and it has been something I'm extremely passionate about. And this is my second year as president of the club, and I really can't imagine my life without it, as being with the buddies has really given me a different outlook and perspective on life. Um, so, which is why I would love to, in my future, bring it into my classroom and my school that I will hopefully be teaching at. So that brings me to my fourth and final level. So I want to be a classroom teacher. So my goal is to have my own classroom and then get my master's degree in special education um, based on what I've done in Best Buddies. And as almost like a second career switch, at some point in my career, I would love to go into special education and teach special education because I've just learned to love it through Best Buddies. And another goal I have is to um, have a family at some point far in the future, but also um, have an animal. I wasn't really able to find clip art that involved an animal with the family, but um, definitely animals have really been a part of my life growing up too, and I would love to have animals there. So I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!